basically, so we can't win by stop. If you stop working, we're going to lose. But if we outwork the fucking Polacks, we can win. That was his whole point. I think it was Sangmore, some fucking gay
So,
LARPy thing.
hello everybody, if you're watching this stream. It's just started after ENA's interesting hosting thing, what was between our Phil, and Royal Oak, and I quite liked it because it was good to have Phil articulate a bit more and just just how much private property can we have in a socialist system? Because
I didn't realise it was an actual debate. Otherwise, I'd have shut my mouth.
Well, I think it's a good debate to have because I mean, I think I've realised through Phil and other people talking well, the family's got to come first before the individual, and what's good for the family is good for the nation. Therefore, you've got to have it.
It's just an extension of the families and the communities,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And you have a family which goes, well, we're not letting any Tom, Dick and Harry come into the house, but certain people are allowed to come and have Sunday dinner with us. Likewise, a nation should be the same sort of thing, but on on its borders level. So right, I got my game and it's loaded up, and I gotta say I've made a decision to sort of side grade maybe, because I've gone from my big telly to a small monitor. And this monitor, the colours on it are much richer than on my telly. So yeah, you can't see that though on the stream because it's whatever you've got that you're watching the thing on. That's a good description, isn't it?
Fucking Phil brings a new perspective, man. Because we all hear fucking base nat sort kind of shit. Well, Phil just he can actually make a point about socialism, and communism, all that crap. Which
What about this? A run between Brussels to Amsterdam. That sounds worthwhile doing. Yeah, I want to do some more STGO trucking. So let's do some STGO trucking. And I'm sober. I'm sober today. I'm going to be sober for quite some time. I don't feel like drinking. I had a drink on Tuesday, and then I had a massive fucking headache, and it was one drink, and I was like, okay, God's trying to tell me something here. I only tuned in for the last bit of that, and then there was a bit where Bear Ray was, and the usual sort of thing, just like, we've got outbreed, if we all have 28 children, then we'll outbreed the Africans, and it's like...
Third world solution to the third world problem.
Or how about we just protect our borders? Because, I mean, none of these... It's all very well and good saying, oh yeah, every one of you should be having 28 children by the age of 35. But none of them are saying do white people breed good in captivity? They don't, do they? And why is the sperm and fertility rates going down? Has that got anything to do with our environment? I know it's changed in the past 100 years. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Why do these Africans keep having so many kids anywhere? Are there any socioeconomic factors in those countries which encourages them to have so many children?
If you are interested, Dr. Dutton, Edward Dutton, did a very good video just recently, a couple of weeks ago, on why testosterone levels in men are reducing.
I blame plastic.
Which obviously affects desire to procreate and fertility. Well, yeah, lots of some different reasons. There's sedentary lifestyles.
Well, you can see fertility rates move in fluctuation with the with life expectancy. As life expectancy goes up, birth rates tend to go down, and if the life expectancy is very low, then the birth rates tend to be very high. And a lot of that is just survival of the fittest. You're having as many children as you can in the hopes that some of them will survive and make it. It's not a very good breeding technique, especially not for Africa. But you saw it in Western countries 100 odd years ago. People had a lot of children, and that's because life expectancy was very low. But as we progressed with medical science
with
and raising,
Africa is we're sending so much aid and what have you now, that a lot more of them are actually surviving, but we've still got a really high birth rate, and that's why the population is getting
Well,
out of control.
one of the things I've said in one of my more Gaulish periods, but this is just the thing, it's just like all those people that are advocating like aid for Africa, they want, okay, how do I use the non-Fed Post term? I want to say mass African death, there we go. So, here's the thing, right? If we were to stop the aid to Africa overnight, it's like no more food aid from America and Europe goes there, and it's like you've got to stand up on your own 2 feet. There'd be mass starvation in the country, in the continent, and millions would die from starvation. However, that's going to happen anyway. It's going to happen one way or another. It's going to come to a point where it's unsustainable the way the Africans breed. So either what will happen is they'll get to a point, say 20, 30, 50 years from now, where the American soil, because it's all monocultured monocrops of corn, is so poor that you just can't have the yields of corn anymore. So they physically can't provide enough food for like 50 billion Africans, and then they'll have mass starvation. So they'll have like 50 million Africans starving to death, or it stops now, where you get like less than 1 billion Africans starved to death. But either way, it's going to result in Africans starving to death because they don't know how to feed themselves.
They're unable to sustain civilization.
Well, they're hunter-gatherers. They don't do agriculture. You try and dig them a well, and they just turn it into a toilet, or they just throw.
They don't have the IQ for farming. They don't even understand the basics of crop rotation.
Isn't sub-Saharan Africa the most fertile land?
Yeah.
There is, because obviously no poison.
Well, Rhodesia was the breadbasket of Africa. I mean, ideal climate, good rainfall, really rich soil. Yeah.
Maybe capitalism is the the ideology for black people. Just get fucking Polacks, grow potatoes over there or something.
Well, I mean, the way it's going to be is Chinese imperialism, where they teach the Africans Chinese, and they get them repeating phrases like "Chinese are smart, Africans are dumb." Thank you, China.
Have you ever seen that funny picture? It's a Chinese man with a big smile on his head. He's got his arm over the African women, and he's just holding like one tit of one in one hand and one tit of one in the other hand. And he's just smiling. It's like, yeah, you've been colonised.
But by the way, I have seen that, like education. It was like some sort of charity saying, YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Well, that's a shame. Ah, how unfortunate. Is there anything I can do to fix it my end? Well, that should be working well. Why is it not working? Maybe I should... Well, chat, let me know if it's buffering or not. Stream looks okay to me. Yeah, it looks okay on this end as well, because I get a preview window. But what I'm saying about this, I've seen it where like they're showing the African school kids, and they've got some Chinese lessons, and they're just doing it by rote repetition. Like they got a phrase there, they got the Mandarin or whatever the moon runes are written up, and they're just saying that Africans are dumb, Chinese are smart. Thank you, China. And it's like, the African families, they're happy to have the kids going there, even if they're being told they're dumb, because it's like they're getting an education. And I think probably sort of like, yeah, if we were smart, we'd be ruling ourselves, and we wouldn't have the Chinese coming in, making us wish the Europeans would come and colonize us again, because the Europeans were a lot more benevolent to us than the Chinese overlords are. I knew an old South African who worked in foreign aid to poor communities. He said they took the contraceptive pills given to them and put them in plant pots thinking they were seeds. Hey, Seth Putnam, I know him. He's the guy that says you're in a coma. And what's the other song he did? You're a fucking cop. I lit your baby on fire. Women, Nature's punching bag. Anal Cunt, that's the band I'm thinking of. Oh, I should do some more anal cunt reading to classical music.
Mate, I haven't listened to Anal Cunt in ages.
Yeah, it's not the same ever since Seth Putnam died.
Sounds like a good. Is it one for the children? That.
Do you like Dying Fetus? Dying Fetus is pretty good.
It wasn't there a band that did like a tribute song to Anal Cunt? I think there,
Yeah, I think so.
there was it I want to call it Zombie Rose, but I'm not sure if that's the right name. And I think I'm going up the left-hand lane for this one. Yeah, I am. I can see there's an escort van there to the side, so...
Fucking Anal Cunt, Dying Fetus, Infant Annihilator. Death metal just has the most awesome band names in the world.
Oh, my favourite is Cannibal Corpse, when one of the album titles is...
Cannibal Corpse.
Did
Did you know that a load of their album covers used to be banned because of how graphic they were?
I'm not surprised, but I like it like this. The titles for the songs. One of them is like, "My house is full of guns. I keep skulls of people I've murdered in my house." And then the police do a raid on his house and find lots and lots of skulls and loads of guns. And it's like, wow. It's almost like gangster rap, but it's even more in your face about it.
But it's like Infant Annihilator done a song called Decapitation Fornication.
You reminded me of a Talking Heads song that was based on Jeffrey Dahmer.
Da 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 do 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 do.
Should we carry on promoting our degenerate death metal?
Well,
Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. That was a good song. It's a really good video as well.
it's a red light, but because I'm doing an STGO load, I can just go right through red lights. They don't apply to me. So,
Do you want to play any music while you're driving, have it?
nah, I just feel like chatting for now. I think between Phil and Hemi's things, I had enough music, and it is dark now. This is one of the things, they've done an improved lighting engine, which makes things darker at night. I'm not sure I like it. But yeah, there was my favourite death metal band is Nile, and I think their first album was called Black Seeds of Vengeance, which had a song in it called Masturbating the War God.
Do you know, I have an issue with death metal band t-shirts because I can never fucking read them.
I like it. It's like, is it a Capatcha or is it a death metal band name? I like it.
Unless the album covers like a picture in a really dark forest, it doesn't count.
I like how so many like of the writing just looks like a field of spikes, like like the Impaler's welcoming thing. That's something I would have in this country, at Heathrow Airport and stuff like that. Just all the foreign criminals have their heads on spikes, or they're just their entire bodies decomposing, and it's like that's the site which like foreign nationals get greeted on as they come into the country. Just as what reminds us, like, you're a guest, welcome to England. You're here at our sufferance.
Right. I'm off Hobbit. I've got to have my tea.
Okay, rightio.
I might be able to pop in later. Who knows?
Well, if it's all right. If not, I'm just gonna do quiet talking
If
as
not,
we.
I'll probably catch you in Discord later before I head to bed.
Just
Alright, catch you in a bit, guys.
toodle pip. Just gonna do some slow driving between Belgium and Amsterdam, and I say slow driving. I've reached the speed limit. It is slower because we are driving a oversized, overweight load. So in the UK, the maximum speed for an STGO on the motorway is 40 miles an hour. Hang on, it's 50 up to... Oh, I can't remember the weight limits. Capstan, why can't you be here to help me with this sort of stuff? Oh,
He's a truck driver as well, did you know?
Yeah, no, I shot... He did a video in the 37 of walk-around checks prior to driving off, and that's what I would have been doing had the government decided that, oh, you know what, we are short of by 500,000 lorry drivers in this country, and what with Brexit, we probably need like more drivers. So to encourage like more people to driving, we're going to close all the training centres.
Yes. Yeah.
If I wait a few years' time, they'll probably be like giving like free tuition, like waiving the course fees for doing the driving. But my hope is that if that ever happens, like, it'd be like, well, look, I passed my driving test 2 years, 3 years ago. Can I have that money back, please? Knowing my luck, they'll probably say fuck off.
They more than likely will.
Yeah.
I hope it's so. Back open again soon. So we can, well, after April the 12th, they might be opening soon, might they? Again.
You ever seen Running Man, where they're like, and here's last year's contestants that won, and then
Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's a wrestler in it as well. Is it Jesse Ventura?
yeah, Jesse Ventura's in it.
Is it all fucked off? Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's buggered off now. Nordic's having his tea. But yeah, you remember that bit where Arnold Schwarzenegger finds last year's contestants? He finds their skeletons in a locker.
Yeah.
That's April the 12th.
Yeah. What you mean that he finds out? Yeah, they didn't really win and go to a desert island.
Nothing's going back to normal. The pubs are going to be closed for good because I was reading like there was a leaked document showing what rules the hospitality sector have to do now. Everyone that comes into a place has either got to scan a QR code or put their name down on the list. Everybody, not just one in the group. So John Smith of 12 High Street will be signing his name in a lot of sheets from now on.
Well, sure. The George Lincoln Rockwell's going to be signing into a few Manchester pubs.
Yeah, I'm. John,
1488 White Power Drive, or loads of addresses like that.
you need to do that in front of one of those blue-haired feminists and just see the name on it, and she's like, "Is this a real name?"
Yes.
Yes.
That's what you say.
Well, it's based on the real name.
Based on the greatest story never told.
Can you tell me in what part of Manchester 1488 White Power Avenue is?
Just outside the centre. I don't know. Just,
Well,
sure I'll be able to bullshit it.
I just want to find out what the address is of my town hall in my town, and just like, yeah, I live there. It's like, but that's the town hall. Yeah, that's where I live. Really? Yes. Is your name really John Smith? Well, look, there are 416,000 of us in the United Kingdom. Why are you so surprised you've met someone called John Smith? Alright, John. So, Phil, what was that program you were using earlier on to, like, sync up and crossfade tracks into one another?
That's called Mix. MIXXX, and it's on Linux. So I think you get it for Windows actually. I think it's quite good. I like it. It is good.
It's one of those cross-platform things like Earthanvi or VLC where you can get it on multiple platforms.
The only problem I've got with it is that it takes fucking ages to analyse BPMs. So you have to analyse the BPM before. Because I've only just had it, like every time I fucking try and sync a song, I have to fucking pray and hope that it fucking does it quick, but it doesn't. It takes fucking ages to analyse BPM, so it's a bit shit for that. But it seems alright, I like it. I think it's pretty good. It's free, it does the job. It's pretty good. It's got loads of features and stuff. You can.
What's the chip in your laptop? Do you know what the processor is?
CPU?
Yeah.
I've got no fucking idea, mate. I haven't looked at it properly, to be fair.
Because there's a channel I watch called Budget Gaming. Is it Random Gaming in HD? There's two very similar channels, both based in the UK. I like. He was doing one like saying a budget gaming build for £50, and he gets this like a refurbished Dell Office computer, and no, it was a Hewlett-Packard one. And he was saying, well, look, here's the limitations of the system. You can't just fit any graphics card in it, but the processor it's got's fairly decent, and this is like a a 1030 which you can put into it. He was playing Fortnite and stuff like that with it. Change lane.
Yeah, I don't play games or anything. That's the problem. I do need. I'm just gonna get
Well-
some fucking thermal paste. I'm just lazy, man. I'm just fucking lazy.
Don't
I
you
mean, I ordered some-
play Euro Truck Simulator?
Not anymore, man. I don't know why, but I've been playing games for a very, very long time.
It's all right. If you're not in the mood for it, then that's fine. But I was
Yeah, I need. But then again, you're right. Like this will, you know, at the end of the day, I've just been focusing on my daughter. At the end of the day, I've done her. Like, fucking Courtney's PC is shit up, by the way. It's a good PC, like.
yeah.
And she's got a PC. She's got all the electronic devices essentially. But I've just got the shit. But it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I'll get a gaming rig or something soon.
Well, obviously, not even such like a game rig, but if you look at just like some sort of refurbed office PC and set like a budget for £200 and just see what sort of base units are available for that price, because I think you'd be quite. I was really surprised with what was available for that price, and I was like, that's not bad. That's actually quite decent.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of these refurbished gaming PCs where they take like an office computer like that and they stick like either a 1050 or a 1660 in them based on your budget. And there's like, they're actually shit hot for playing like most games. They struggle with, speaking of struggling, I think there's something going wrong with my frame rate on here. I've got a crypto miner called NiceHash running in the background, but I paused it, and I don't know if it's paused or not. It just, something seems a bit. I wonder if there's like a frame rate counter or something I could put in this.
Well, the only games I play, I'll tell you the only games I play, and that's Euro Truck Simulator, Civ 5.
Yeah.
What else do I play? Counter Strike, and I play Spelunky as well.
I like
They're the
Civ
only games I
5.
play.
And then I got like.
I don't like Civ 6. I don't like. I actually prefer Civ 4 to be fair. I'm going to be honest.
I didn't like Civ 4. I really like Civ 5. I quite enjoy Civ 6 as well.
I don't like Civ 6.
Well, Endless Legend came before it, and that's where they stole a lot of the ideas from. I think Civ 5 was really good actually. That's something which you benefit from a fast processor from. I'm thinking I might get like a new processor, but at the same time on neat bucks I don't really want to spend any money. I've spent a lot of money this month on MOT, servicing, tooth filling, and some DIY kit as well.
I bought loads of shit this month. I've literally bought. It's just getting all electronic devices and stuff. Because this is the thing with kids, they're dear, man. You have to buy iPads and all sorts of shit for school and stuff.
Oh, that's
How
gay.
dear they are.
Yeah. I did buy myself some MIDI and USB cables as well. I bought myself a USB extension cable for so that way I can because I got this MIDI controller, but it's really long, and using the oh dear, I am speeding. I've got to slow down, otherwise I'm going to touch the escort vehicle. It was the thing, I got some MIDI cables, but it turns out some of them, they got slightly shorter shields than the other, and because of that, they will just fall out the socket. So I bought a new one, an Adam Hall MIDI cable, and I like it. It's blue, it's flexible, and it's got a proper full-length shield around it. So that goes in good and proper. The thing is,
I actually found the other day when I was on that job, I actually found some Turtle Beach headphones as well. Nothing wrong with them. And a Skip.
oh nice.
Didn't Skip.
Yeah, Turtle Beach are
Yeah,
they're a reputable brand. Yeah, nice.
People throw away all sorts of shit. It amazes me, like the kind of stuff that people will throw away.
And yet, some things that you like, the people are selling on secondhand for silly money. Like, turns out, like tins of used paint, people are charging like I mean, someone bought this like really fancy brand of paint. I forget what it was, but they were like saying £65 for a used pot of paint, 5 litres. I'm like, mate, unless that's pure gold, that's crazy. And the thing is, as I was looking at it, Aldi this week were doing paint in their shop, so I bought some chalk paint, which is, I looked at it and it's a water-based emulsion, and don't need to prime it in the same way. I mean, I will be sugar soaping the walls because they are old and such, but that cost me £6, and that's for a 2-litre tin, which will be more than enough to do the wall, which I'm doing. I'm just waiting for the inclination, and I shouldn't be going so fucking fast. Just waiting for the inclination and for the weather to get better so I can have the door open whilst it's airing out. And actually, that's another thing. I'm kind of hoping my fuck. I'm going too fast still. This is a really tight turn. Turn it off. I don't have auto-cancelling indicator lights in this lorry. That's a shame. But yeah, I bought myself some MIDI cables in the hope that at least when I feel like making some music, it'll help with that. Oh, and speaking of which, I got myself... Oh, I'm the only one here. Okay. Well, in that case, it's just you and me, audience. Speaking of things that... I mean, you need a foundation before you can do the music, and without the foundation, you won't get anywhere. One of the reasons I never got anywhere with music before was computer-aided music or digital audio workstations. I could not figure them out. And this is why I enjoy live performance, because with live performance, I can just get on with it and actually make the music. And it's not the best, most well-produced music in the world, but it is something. And one of the things I hated about VCV Rack was there was no like ability to just say file, save performance. Well, turns out in the past 2 years, so at least since 2019, VCV Rack, the actual company what do the company, yes, they are a company, the company which designed the software, they made a module for it called Record. And you take your audio source, you input it in, and it will record it. And not only will it record audio, but it will also record video. So if you actually want to record making the patch, twiddling knobs, so if you wanted to show other people this is how I made this sound, you can do that as well. But the great thing about that is it means I'll be able to plug in my synthesizer, my MIDI controller, use these foot pedals and steering wheel, which I'm using to play the game at the moment. I can do all of that. I need to swing out because of how wide this load is. And it'll record it. So really... They're honking at me. That's very rude. And you know what? Because of that, I'm going to go extra slow. So it foots off the accelerator now. And this would be great, and I should test it. I did do a very small test of it. I just like played a couple of notes for a few seconds and I was like, yep, that's fine. There's no noise there that shouldn't be there. It was brilliant. So really the next test needs to be, it's like, right, put an external audio source in, synthesizer, or anything. I could even plug a mobile phone into the line and that would work. And then once that's done, set it to ASIO mode, which is a special sound driver for listening back to things whilst you're recording. And if it records that, then I'm in it. This means I might be able to recreate an avalanche of sound, but this time, the way I did that before was I had my microphone, which I'm using now, and I took the line out from my computer, plugged it into the line in of the microphone, and then recorded it that way. And subsequent times when I've attempted to do that, it's been very noisy, so it's not been possible. But this means I could actually recreate an avalanche of sand, which, believe you me, I will want to do at some point. I think I'll even do an experiment tonight. I'll just plug some things in, move the steering wheel to one side, and then just see if it works. Not make any music, just test if it works. And if it does work, and then if the mood strikes me, I can just be like, yeah, that worked. Okay, I feel like making some music. Let's plug everything in and tinkle the ivories and pump the foot pedals as well. Because in addition to the 3 foot pedals I have here, which I'm using at the moment, well, I'm only using the accelerator. And now I use the brake as I realise that we've come up to our destination. Once I've done this, I'm going to alt-tab back into the Discord and see whether it's just... Yeah, I am getting a frame rate hit, aren't I? You know what? I'm going to do a few bits of admin once I get this trailer detached. Because I can see that I'm getting frame rate drops. Oh, here we go. So we're coming to the port. And... gesticulating, pointing a cam... What it... Oh, I see. It's a journalist. And the man's gesticulating. Probably just say, what's this bounty cunt doing in my country, offloading a trailer? What's chat saying? Hope everyone's having a great Good Friday. Cradle of Filth's cover of Temptation is good. Oh yeah, they did do it. Yeah. Black Meta was better, I think. Vlad did it right. Is this a simulator? If this is IRL, I'm going to stream snipe you. Yeah. That's the point. I don't think you can get a nameplate in the UK that says bollocks, can you? So, right, let's do a few bits of admin. Right, so first bit of admin, going to go into the Discord, and yep, it's just me there. Everyone else has buggered off. So that's the first bit. Second bit, I want a FPS overlay in my games. So let's see if I can do that. Settings. And in-game, let's see. In-game FPS counter. Top left corner. So let's do that. Okay, so I'll put that there. And let's have a look. No, that's not there. Okay, probably need to restart the game in order for this to work. So let's just quit the game. Yeah. And that's syncing my progress with World of Trucks Online. And then we wait a while for it to quit. Then wait a bit longer. And oh right, okay. I know why the stream quality is not that good. I have BitTorrent running in the background. Yeah, that might not be such a good idea. So disconnect the BitTorrent. Right. Now, is the crypto miner working? It's on stop. Good. So that shouldn't making a difference. Now, let's do another Euro truck. BitTorrent, also known as Netflix for those that aren't gay. What's going on here? That's the power supply for the steering wheel, and that's it's all mushed up. Right, so continue the game. 60 FPS, 49, 61, 60. So there you go, chat. You can't see the overlay, can you? No, it's not showing it to you. Well, it says it's 60 FPS, so let's see if I continue to get 60 FPS. do another STGO. If I do enough of these, I'll get an achievement. No. What about an external contract? Let's just... No, I don't want to do that. Oh, actually, you know what? That's actually quite good. Not by cargo weight, though. Why not? Yeah, do it by cargo weight. That shouldn't be alright. Shouldn't be a problem. One thing I do want to do, though, is go to options, controls, and let's make sure my trailer detach thing is programmed in. So where is it? Trailer. No, brake axis, steering axis. Is it input wizard? Keys and buttons, that's what I'm looking at. Or what I need to look at. Engine brake, trailer brakes. Don't bother with any of that stuff. Lift, drop, trailer axle. No buttons assigned. Differential lock, yeah. That's fine. I only rarely use that. Come on, where's like... It should be under trailers. Trailers. Lift, drop, axle. Retarders. Trailer brake. Engine brakes. No. Throttle, brake reverse, no. Truck adjustment, no. Camera controls, walk mode, other. Where is... It's got to be truck controls, because coupling the fifth wheel or not is something to do with your truck. So, throttle, brake, steering, shifting up, shifting down, shift, gearbox switched to automatic sequential, no. Start-stop engine, yeah. Start-stop engine electricity, no. Engine brakes, engine brake toggle, engine brake, trailer brake, retarder increase and decrease, lift, drop axle. Never really bothered with lift, retarder increase and decrease. What if I do plus? Oh, okay, that's equals. And then minus. Lift, drop axle. Lift, drop trailer axle. Left turn, hazard warning, light modes, high beam headlights, beacon, horn, air horn. Beacon, horn, air horn. So I'm not seeing it here. I'm going to, instead of looking at these descriptions, I'm going to look instead at the letter T. So where's the letter T? E, B. God, even my glasses, it's a bit wobbly. Oh, fuck. Maybe I should go to the opticians. Nope, so there's no letter T there. No letter T there. No letter T. Trailer attach and detach. So it comes under other controls. Bloody hell. Anyway, I've assigned it to joystick button 8. Came here because of the Ford picture. Yes. Wow. I'm sure there are Ford lorries, but I'm driving Scania. I can't seem to find... I used to have a collage of various, like, truck driving pictures. But let's go external contracts and let's do it and price per distance. So that's the best one. Oh, okay, so it happens to be the second heaviest thing, and it's also the most profitable. Yeah, my truck is strong enough to transport 30 tons of crawler and trailer. So let's do this then. No escort vehicles now, because what I'm doing is it's not an STGO load. It's just a heavy load. The maximum payload you can carry in the UK roads, which I think is dictated by the EU, is 44 tons. John Kelly, tell me, is it 44 or is it 48 tons? That's not maximum payload, sorry. That's maximum trailer weight. So the trailer in this payload can't equal more than that. And I'm getting 46 FPS, 45, 44, so I'm getting less than 60 FPS. You know what? Maybe it's this new lighting system. I would like a smooth 60 FPS, so I'm going to go into the options and go graphics. Let's put the scaling down to 300% instead. So instead of it displaying a 4K display and rendering it down to 1080, it's now going to do 3K. Or whatever 3 times HD is. And now I'm getting 59, 60 FPS. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And really, in terms of quality, I can't distinguish what was before and after, especially not on such a small monitor. Now, apparently this monitor supports 120 FPS mode, so I'm going to try on 75 and 90 and see if that works, but for the moment, let's just go and pick up this trailer, shall we? Alright, I have my side lights on. Even though it's during the day, let's just have side lights on. Side lights never hurt. And in some countries, like Sweden, it's compulsory to have lights on all times. Now it says stop, because there might be traffic coming from the left. And there was. But that's okay. I timed it right that time. Yes, I timed it right that time. Right, there we go. And still 60 FPS, that's good. I tell you what, 80 kilometers an hour, oh, sorry, didn't mean to touch that. Just trying to better angle the microphone. 88 kilometers an hour feels fast. Let's lift up the trailer axle, because I don't need all of those. Save a bit of wear and tear on the tyres. Or at least on one set. No response in the chat to what the maximum weight of a trailer is in the... Now, when they say maximum weight, does that include the weight of the tractor unit as well? So if like the maximum weight's 44 tons, but your tractor weighs 12 tons, and then your trailer unladen weighs like 4.5 tons, then you've got 18.5 tons, which means you've got a payload of what, 22.5 tons? Is that right? I don't know if that's right or not. I can't do additional subtraction in my head. I have to write it down on the piece of paper, otherwise I can't see when I've got to carry the one, or like you've got a remainder of 3 or 5, and you know, you add that to the 1, you've got 13 or 15, and then you do like 7 minus 15, you got is that 7 minus 15? Yeah, 7 minus 15, you'd have a remainder of 8. So I can do that on the piece of paper, but I cannot do mental arithmetic. I've told people before, I'm not good at seeing things in my head. I cannot see the big picture. And it's the same with music. I hear like snippets of music in my head. Actually, no, that's not true. I think I get much more of a big picture of like music with different like multiple melodies working in concert with one another. But it's just my ability to do it in real life is limited. But when it comes to actually seeing like pictures and numbers and things of that sort, my imagination is not very good. I saw this drawing of an apple, and there's like 5 levels of detail, with the 5th being nothing at all. I would say I'm a 3 out of 5 on that imagination. I mean, I can like, if I try, I can sort of think of different apples I've seen and the textures they have on them, but I can't really see it in its entirety. And I always sort of get like thinking, well, should it have a stalk? Does it have no stalk? Does the stalk have leaves on it? I get lost in the details. I can't see the entire thing. But anyway, let's go and pick up this trailer. And we're going to go all the way through Belgium, and we're going to end up in a northeastern town of Metz in France, which is good. I like France, so. And oh yeah, force feedback is telling me that it doesn't like what I'm doing. Let's try that again. Let's go back again, and yeah, it really is rumbling. I'm guessing that's to simulate the engine being idle. I'm not got my foot on the accelerator. Just realised regulating the speed with the clutch doesn't work because I'm in automatic. And there we go. And is it loaded? I assume it's loaded. I didn't hear the noises to say it's not loaded. Alright, there we go. I'm loaded. Loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they say can't be done. Got a long way to go and short time to get there. So here's something. No, the brakes. No. Don't touch the gate. I can't remember the rest of that song. But yeah, it's just a talky stream for the moment. So as I was saying, on this Good Friday I'm being sober. That my guts seem to be doing a number, so I'm not going to make things harder on myself by drinking. But there will be future Friday drink driving streams. Of course there will be. But for the moment, let's just have a pleasant, uneventful drive through the Netherlands, through Belgium, into France. And there's a whole bunch of signs saying I should be slowing down because we're getting just one road. But that's what they want me to do. All of that is conspiracy to keep me in the Netherlands a minute longer than what I need to be. So you can disregard local laws like that because, hey, I'm not Dutch. These laws don't apply to me. Right. Oh no, a €200 fine? Wow. I've only got 137 million euros in the bank. Oh, what am I to do? Ooh, that was close to that wall there. That's okay. Now we're gonna get on the motorway and it's saying we can only do 50 here. Now it's saying we can do 80. When we get to that junction it'll probably say back down to 50 again. But I'm not slowing down. Like I said, conspiracy. How are you liking the new interior? I've had to unmodify the game, so I'm just running on the base vanilla game. Because unfortunately, due to the new lighting engine, the mods were doing some interior lights which was making it impossible to see out my window. And that was most disconcerting. But it seems like I can only do 70. That's annoying. You know what? I am going to adjust the seats, and I want the seats to be down, so that's a C. Right, so if I do that, I think that's a good view, yeah. So now, if I do that, there we go, I'm just relying on the internal sat-nav. And now, if I press the information button, there's my high score. And oh no, I crashed into the police lorry. That's not a police lorry, it's a police car. Just going past them. And I can't see what that's saying because the steering wheel's in the way. So let's adjust the steering wheel so that I can see everything. So V. And I'm joined by someone.
Hello.
Yeah.
Spooky.
You're going to be like the driving instructor. Doesn't say anything, but occasionally says, "I would like you to take the next right."
The next ride to KFC.
Yeah. I remember on my driving test, I said left, right, and I said, if you don't tell me where to go, I'm just going to assume you want me to go straight ahead, so I'm going to go straight ahead. Because it was a bit nervous having like somebody marking my performance when driving. And
Yeah, it sounds like it.
yeah, but the driving instructor said, look, if the driving examiner doesn't tell you where to go, just drive straight ahead. They'll tell you if they want you to go in a different direction. Well, anyway, I've got my cruise control set to 80 kilometers an hour. And let's have a look at the high score. There we go, there's high score. So it's showing my current fuel consumption. Now, before I started doing these heavy cargo deliveries, I had an average fuel consumption of 40 litres per 100 kilometres, and it's gone up to 45.6 litres per 100 kilometres, but then again I've been doing the biggest loads, the biggest and widest loads. Big wide loads. So big I'd needed an escort van in the front and the back to guide me in.
There's a fucking weight limit.
Yeah, that's it. There's a weight limit and I went way over it. You ever seen Heavy Haulage Australia?
No, I don't really watch TV.
Oh, okay. When I used to watch telly, there was this show called Heavy Haulage Australia. I'm in the wrong bloody lane, so sorry, Mr. Blue Car. Yeah, that's it. Learn your place. When I used to watch the show, there was like that was quite good because they were showing like how they manage STGO loads in Australia, and like there was this one event where they were transporting I think it was a silage dome. It was a big wide cylinder, and they were saying that, well, you're coming up to this bridge here, and the clearance on that bridge, because they've repaved it, they don't just rely on what the council says. They actually have their men go up in a van and with the tape measure to say, oh yeah, the clearance on that is 18.3 metres, or this one's 9.1 or whatever. And they said, well, yeah, because they repaved the road, it's not 9.5 anymore, it's 9.36. So when you get to it, you're going to have to take out nearly all the air from your wheels and then reinflate. So they're showing this thing, and it took them about like 2 hours to get this thing under the bridge, because all the time they were doing it inch by inch, and at one point it's like, I don't think you could even put a Rizzler paper between the top of the dome and the bridge.
Fuck, it does sound pretty. No, I won't personally do it all the risk. Like, I know I'd fuck up, and
Yeah, but that's okay, because that's what company insurance is for, and you certainly do not tell your car insurers what you've done as a commercial driver. They're two separate things. But STGO loads are for people with loads of experience that know what they're doing. You'd only be driving standard trailers if you were to do such a thing. But I like it because it's like, these are some of the largest things what are transported on public highways, and it's just interesting to see the change in logistics, like actually measuring, like, yeah, okay, what is the clearance between this bridge and this road? Because you tell me it's 16 foot 6 inches, but how many times have you repaved that road, and what thickness of tarmac did you use for repaving it? That makes a difference. In fact, I think that actually happened, there was a bridge in Swindon. No, it wasn't Swindon, it was Oxford, and they repaved it, and the trailer of the lorry was like 2 inches too tall, so it shaved it all off. Yeah, it shaved it all off, and it was a railway viaduct as well. So the trains were stopped for quite some time as they were assessing damage to the bridge, and the problem is they wanted to blame the lorry driver, but if you turn the lorry driver, the height of your vehicle is 10 foot, and the height of that bridge is 10 foot 5 inches. Well, you should go, well, that's 10 foot 5 inches, my vehicle will go underneath it. What they omit to tell you is that since that time, they've put in 5.5 inches of tarmac. And because that bridge I'm thinking of it's got quite a dip on it, they might have put 5.5 inches at it, but at the base it's closer to 7 inches, or at the sides it's 2.5 inches, because tarmac is a sort of, it's a gelatinous substance. It will flow towards the lowest point. So, oopsie. Oops.
Truckers have their own sat-navs, like specialised sat-navs, don't they?
Yeah, they
You
do.
thought they would update fucking tarmac and shit.
Well, that's the problem. Sometimes they do, but not always. And occasionally, when it happens like that, I mean, it's too bad Campstan's not here, because he'd be actually able to say, "Oh yes, it's this bridge, and here's the news article about it, and yes, I know the driver, and this is what happened to him, even though it wasn't his fault." Because it's not as if you can ask the drivers, like, right, okay, I know you're going at 60 miles an hour, but could you bring the lorry to stop, get out of the lorry on the main road, get your tape measure out, and find out if that bridge really does have a clearance of 10 foot 5 inches, or if it's actually now 9 foot 8 inches, and your trailer's now 10 inches, you're going to have to ring the office saying, like, yeah, I'm on the main road, I can't reverse, but if I go into that bridge, I will crash.
Well, that's why they get paid well, don't they? It's just
Not really.
they do. I think they get around about 30 grand a year or something.
Well, oh yeah, if you're willing to work 90 hours a week,
It's pretty.
it's better to think of it in terms of hourly rate. Some articulated lorry drivers are earning £11 an hour. Some are a bit better than that, but it depends, like, what contracts you're able to get. Some contracts are shit. I suppose it's like all jobs, really.
Trucking in Australia would be pretty good. Obviously, open roads.
No, it's not. No, you go into the outback and you get eaten by demons. You don't stop in the outback.
Probably not. Like fucking abos be all over your petrol tank.
There's monsters in the outback, and if you stop, they'll come eat you. And you're not allowed guns for self-defense in Australia anymore, thanks to Port Talbot Force Flag. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool. So if you could do trucking in any country, what would it be?
I like the idea of doing it in Belgium, because that means I see a lot of Europe. I like the idea of going like on a long sort of haul, going through France, and then the next day going like, oh yeah, there's saying from France to Spain. Then you're going to Portugal, and it's like, oh, you know what? I think I might stay here for a few days. It's nice weather. I'm just going to drink some cheap sangria.
Yeah, that sounds like the life.
Numerous people tell me that's not how it works, and good luck trying to get that done. And you'd be far better off owning your own lorry so that you could just like take contracts wherever. But hey, I can dream. And what if I decide I was going to do like a busman's holiday? Like I go like 2 weeks into southern Italy, and whilst I'm there, I agree to do a job like for 2 days during the weekend. But then for the other like 12 days, I've got my holiday.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Don't let the haters bring you down.
No, don't.
You have your holiday, mate. Your
No.
luxury holiday.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have my little caravan holiday or an Airbnb in Italy, and just go like, all right, Marco, I'm here to deliver this pasta from Bari to Naples or wherever. Ah, see, I know my Italian, me. All right, Marco, you need this pasta delivered. crash vehicle offence. He should have thought of that before driving in lane 2. And I'm going to go back into lane 1.
Italy would be good. I've been looking at Italy for a while because I mean, a few mates might be planning a few trips.
I'd like to visit Sicily at some point. Well, I mean, I like this idea that I'd have like a road trip where I'm going from France to Italy and maybe even go through the Swiss Alps. I mean, if I was to go to Switzerland, yeah, it would be quite fun. Go to a gun range and see that museum with all the synthesizers in it.
I thought you were going to say Beretta then, but of course not. Synthesizers.
Yeah, and then go into Italy, and then take a ferry from Italy to Sicily, spend some time in Sicily, and then take the ferry from Sicily to Malta.
You won't go to that, what's the northern islands up there? North Islands up there?
Corsica and Sardinia?
That's it. Corsica, that's it. That looks a pretty good place.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind visiting Corsica and seeing Napoleon's house.
Oh,
Right. So, I must be in Belgium by now. So I've seen the road sign saying to Lille. So am I leaving Belgium? I don't know. Well, I will be leaving Belgium to France at some point. So let's see, Luxembourg and Liège. And it wants me to turn off. Ah. In which case, if I'm going through Luxembourg, maybe I'll do a detour and refuel. How am I doing on fuel? I've got half a tank. Ah, can't be asked. Headlight usage offence. Oops. Bit too fast, never mind. I don't understand how I can have a headlight usage of it. Oh, maybe it's because it's raining and wants me to put my dip beams on? Oh, I've got my dip beams on now.
you gotta keep on trucking.
Oh, well, it says I've got to, like, pull over to sleep anyway, so let's do a detour to the garage. The first garage I bought was Luxembourg because it's got the cheapest fuel in all of in all of Western Europe. It's basically the Cayman Islands of Europe.
I hear a lot about Cayman Islands from Americans, where they get all their like driver's license or like insurance.
Yeah, and it's an offshore tax haven. I've got an aunt who lives in France, and she commutes to work in Luxembourg. And she earns a fair bit of money too, because she keeps her deadbeat husband propped up. The last business he had was a cafe, and it failed miserably because he was like, oh, they're students, they've got shit tasting food. So he was just like doing reheated, like literally frozen meals, which he was just heating up in the microwave and serving up for like €5 for a sandwich. And like, you're kidding, right? It's just like, oh, well, the business is really hard. It's like, yeah, especially when you're not really doing. And he was able to do that because his mummy was just like, oh, what crazy venture have you got to make a business this time instead of working for a change? Oh, I'm going to run a cafe for students in this town because what they definitely want is some cheap and nasty food, which I sell at overinflated prices. Oh, well, here you go, son. Here's €100,000 to set up your business. Now have fun. And then after not even a year, I don't even think it lasted 6 months, he just went to my aunt. It's like, oh, it's shit. I hate these students. They're scum. They're all saying the food's rubbish and tastes awful. Well, have you eaten any of it? No, I'd never touched that slop. Ugh.
If you're not expected to eat it, why is anyone else should?
It's one of those. I can't. Not that I can imagine Kitchen Nightmares Luxembourg, but if ever it did, I'd love to see Gordon Ramsay meet my uncle-in-law and just go like, "This is fucking shit. Eat this cock, monsieur. No, I do not want to eat it. It tastes shit. What if you don't want to eat it? How are you selling it to people? Well,
Snail eating frog cat.
oh no, it's worse than that. He's not even a frog. His dad was Scottish and his mum was Italian, but he grew up in France. Or did he grow up in Belgium? Oh, who fucking knows? It's all the same.
You jock, high tie, frog bastard.
Yeah.
I think Gordon Ramsay is the king of racism. He wants to.
What are you? You're an idiot sandwich. Say it. You're an idiot sandwich. I'm an idiot sandwich.
I love watching the compilations on YouTube. Gems.
If this pig was any if this pig was more raw, this pig's so raw, David Cameron would fuck it. That's it.
Look, it looks like Gandhi's flip flop.
It's raw.
He's fun.
Have you seen like someone took like a compilation of all the bits where he's shouting and made an animated video out of it? And it's got like
yeah, his head exploding.
yeah, it's got like his veins bulging. Yeah, it's good. I like the one where he's getting so exasperated with one of the chefs, like his neck keeps twisting around the chef like a boa constrictor, squeezing her. It's raw!
It's fucking.
Where's my meat sauce?
Where's the lamb sauce?
That's it. Oh, I was misremembering something in... no, I didn't misremember, actually. I got it right. Have you ever watched Bo Selector?
No, I haven't. I've heard a lot from you, though.
Yeah, I've been re-watching it. And there's this... he had this, like, celebrity news bit in the middle of the show, which is, like, 1 minute talking about celebrity drivel. And in the first season, it's The Week in All with Enrique Ismael. I'm not sure who Enrique is. It was probably, like, some... maybe a Big Brother contestant? I think that's what... Yeah, 2002. But in 2003, there was two bits. There was The Week in Bits with Jordan's tits. But then in the later episodes, it's The Week in Bits with Jodie Marsh's tits. And it would just be like, I'm the newest tits in town. Move over, Jordan. Who was Jodie? I always thought, oh no, because Jordan's Katie Price.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a Harvey respecter, because Harvey must have the patience of a saint to pull up with Jordan as a mum.
I don't know, probably one of the tugs that she gives him with the fuses.
But even so, I mean, can you just imagine what an insufferable binge she is?
Well, you've seen the other children she has. Was it Princess and that fucking
Chardonnay.
like the most like bratty. You can tell that they're the most bratty kids.
But you got to give them a real shithead name like Chardonnay,
Chardonnay.
Mercedes.
Fuck, that's cringe. Mercedes.
I'm almost at Luxembourg, so I'll keep on driving. Oh wait, Interdimensional Lizard's giving me some stuff about lorry rates. I would read it, but I know what happens last time I tried to read comments when driving. So I'll just focus on the road, and then when I get to the garage, I'll read them out.
Safety first.
Yeah. That's right. Just got to power through this bit. And propping my eyelids open with matchsticks now. There we go, Luxembourg. Well, hey, Luxembourg. Luxembourg. And I'll be taking this turning to go off, and
You ever been to Luxembourg yet?
no, never. Not much to see there, really, unless you're a millionaire looking to hide your money from French tax authorities or German tax authorities.
I've heard they got pretty good castles up there, like that other country, Liechtenstein. It's just castles, isn't it? So,
Liechtenstein's not really a country. It's just nobody bothered to conquer them, and they get away with it on the technicality. Monaco's more of a real country than Liechtenstein, but that's a weird one and all.
is that another tax haven, or is it just...
No, Monaco's kind of like Singapore of the West. It's like, you can get in here so long as you haven't got a criminal record and you've got at least €2 million in the bank.
Right. You know, I don't mind tax haven countries, I really don't. It's,
Yeah, but you or I are never going to be able to afford a place in Singapore or... Ah, here it is. Right, so pull over. This is visiting the very first garage again. Oh,
Singapore's pretty much Jersey, isn't it? Jersey,
Just-
Guernsey, one of those.
yeah, that's it. I did ask, because I've got a friend who lives in Guernsey. Spoke to him first time in years, and he says Guernsey's its own separate country like Canada, but because it's a lot closer to England, it tends to get bullied a lot more, so it's not that autonomous. So let me see. Up to 44 tons subject to axle restrictions. A non-driving axle should not be subjected to more than 10 tons of weight, while a driving axle can carry 11 tons. Yeah, okay, so it's 44 tons. Oh god, I'm going backwards. I should have not put the handbrake off whilst reading comments. What else are they saying? Okay. It's probably the combined weight because they don't want you damaging the roads. Well, I would like the council to have a look at the roads outside my place, because even though the speed limit's been reduced to 30, there's still cunts that are doing 60 on it with their lorries, and the number of potholes on it. Oh no, come on. Oh, you bastard. The trailer's got caught.
Oh, don't worry, your insurance will pay for that.
It's not my trailer, that's the problem. Ah, there we go. Right, so in a bit, and then... Right, let's get right to the edge. Oh, come on, you absolute fucking bastard.
So when you were a trucker fantasy, do you pick up prostitutes? What's is it the full experience? Just,
Unfortunately, this simulator hasn't got the prostitutes or immigrant DLC. It's just about picking up payloads around Europe and driving them.
you know, to be a cross country trucker to like Calais, UK to like France, for Calais it must be a pain in the ass. These fucking immigrants trying to jump in.
I don't see, when I do stop at the ferry, I don't see any lorries, or very few lorries with UK registration plates on them. They're nearly all, they got Dutch, a lot of Polish, Slovenian, and other shithole countries I don't give a fuck about. Right, so there's my full tank of diesel, 89 cents. Which is not bad considering I think it's £1.30 a litre over here. And now let's get back on the road again, and it's a low loader trailer. I didn't have much ground clearance. That's probably what fucked it. Not really supposed to drive this into a garage, but I needed to sleep and I needed some diesel, so I thought, well, I'll come and visit my first garage, and that was garage number 1, Luxembourg. So keep on driving here. And
The tax haven garage.
literally, I bought it because it's like, at the time it was the cheapest diesel in the game, but since that time they've included the Russia DLC, and diesel in Russia is cheaper.
But you do, what, can you go to the whole world, or it's just Europe?
I'll show you the map at the moment. They have released Iberia, so they've got Spain and Portugal now.
Because I know in Iraq you can get free fuel for doing that shit.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of understood. It's like you could have been blown up by a landmine, or you could have been machine gunned. So, yeah, you don't have to pay for fuel.
You ever seen War Dogs? You should do that. That should be a DLC. Just
Well, there are
trucking through fucking Baghdad.
there are
ISIS terrorists.
third-party mods for things like Russia map pack, North Africa map pack. I heard somebody, they were driving from Paris to Cairo, and so they were going no ferries. They were going like from I suppose they would go through the Baltic countries into Greece, and then no, it wouldn't be Greece. That's too far south. They'd be going to Bulgaria, then Turkey, then from Turkey Syria, and then Syria, Israel, Egypt.
That's a trip and a half.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, back in the day, people used to do lorry drives from Dover to Delhi. So they'd be going like through Iraq and Iran, Afghanistan into India, just to say they've done it. That was in the 60s and 70s. There used to be truckers in the UK just like go over there, pick up some hashish, probably fuck some of those Bakabazi boys whilst they're at it, come back home, just have a load of hashish in the spare tyre, and your load of Bombay mix, Packy Crunch as my uncle used to call it. My nan, she was going to the market stall, and she said, "Oh, do you want anything? I'm going to the market." She said, "Oh yeah, is there that ethnic food store?" I said, "Yeah, they'll probably be there." "Well, if he's there, here's £10. Can you buy me as much Packy Crunch as you can get?" So she went to the market store, and she found the ethnic food store. It's like, "Oh yes, my son wants some Packy Crunch," and he got a very bemused look from the Sikh. It's like, I think your son is referring to Bombay mix. No, we don't call it Packy Crunch anymore."
This is England bit. Oi, Packy, I want two bags. Pack a Packy Crunch.
And don't give me that rubbish one with the chickpeas. I want cashew one. But I think this would have been early to mid-90s. It was a different, more innocent time back then. Back when you could call a bag of Packy Crunch that.
Well, I've seen him firstly. My dad's pretty politically incorrect on that shit. He has an mate. He calls him Packy, and it winds him up because you know the Indian Packy feud, Pakistani feud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm not a Packy mate. I'm Indian."
It's like, no, you don't understand. I'm complimenting you. It's sad, but I've begun to realise that of the two, Pakistan is. It's kind of like saying, would you rather have dog shit or horse shit smeared into your face? And given the choice between the two, I'd rather have horse shit. I'm not saying I'd enjoy either one, but and it's like the difference between Pakis and Indians. It's like, well, one's dog shit, the other one's horse shit. One's slightly less malodorous than the other.
Pakis do smell less, I've got to say that.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, Pakis don't bathe in cow shit, so there is that. And they don't shit in the street as much as Indians do. They still do it. It still goes on, but not as much.
Such a cultured people.
When you study more about foreign cultures so that you can be more accurate with your racial slurs.
You think, you know the type that these kind of trust fund kids go to fucking, like Brutus goes to India for a month. You'd think they come back and go, yeah, it's a fucking shithole. These people are disgusting. Just become ultra racist, but it's like they bear the shit. I don't get it.
I think in the case of Brutus, it's more a case of like, hey, these Indians are triggered to about raping women.
They rape just like me.
Hey, there we go. 1 hour, 44 minutes into the stream, and there's your rape. Rape. Ah, good old rape. Where would we be with? I tell you what, a lot of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for rape. Suck on them. Suck on these nuts. Oh,
See, Brutus just wants to
yeah,
preserve the white race.
that's it. Well, citation needed. Brutus wants to preserve the mulatto race.
The base mulattoes. Yeah, because he went to Brazil, didn't he?
Yeah,
One of those fucking slum shits.
and had a live-in prostitute who was embarrassed to be seen with him. So there's my trailer there, and here's me. Well, that trailer's literally going backwards. Hang on. Right, so the trailer's... My idea was I was going to go round in a circle, because I've got to get it there. This might be tricky. This might be very, very tricky. So, if I go... Where can I go? I can go there. And I can do that. Yeah. And then... just gently bonk the trailer on the other side. And now let's try and turn around. And yeah, gonna scrape against the fence and lampposts a bit, but it is a tight corner. There we go. So now that should give me enough leeway to reverse. Yeah, I can get this in. Come on, come on. Ooh, that's about as far as I can get. Oh, I was almost in. Just got to bring it forward a bit. And there we go. Right. So, I'll press the button to decouple the trailer. And there we go. You bet I can park it. 195 out of 1,000. And then there was another achievement as well, which I didn't have time to read. But, yeah, cool. Alright, that's me done, because I need to go and spend a penny, and I can invest another point in skills. Let's do high value cargo, and then just in time delivery I can leave that as the last thing. But right, that's it. Thank you. I once met a guy Indian called Ramandeep. My limited travelling. Oh, if you ever want to impress an Indian and they're annoying you, call them a benchod. Because apparently saying they're a sister fucker is... it cuts deep on that one. Because you know how like Mexicans often say well, I say, hey, you ever talk to Mexicans and they say their first wife is the donkey? With Indians, their first wife is usually their sister. So you call them a benchod and they'll appreciate that. If ever you get one of those Indian calls like, hello, my name's Gally, I'm talking to you all about your car insurance. It's like, you got my name wrong. My name's actually, it's not John Smith, it's John Benchod. What? Would you like me to spell that for you? Benchod.
I do love those fucking videos of people prank calling scammers. These Indian scammers, and they all start fuck you, fuck your mother, fuck you.
Fuck your mother. No, fuck your mother. Fuck you. Ah, cool. So I get, there's a new hub called Absolute Furry. Very good, very good. Right, that's it. Thank you very much for watching my Friday night stream. Might get back to drinking next week. We'll see how it goes. Toodle pip. Fuck you, bloody bastard, innit?
Bloody fuck you.
Bloody fuck you, Binchard. I can't.